Welcome to the Bayou. Welcome to the Bayou. I'm your handsome host, Chris Williams, and
Brent Fowler.
we're the Bayou Boys. This is the Bayou Boys podcast, the Boombox Classic
Oh
Edition.
my,
Man,
episode 4.
episode four, man. Episode four, man. So before we get started, man, I have a program that I'm a part of. As you can see, my shirt, guys. I'm an I3 intern. Okay, for ABC Programs. ABC Programs is a nonprofit that provides not only an opportunity for students to get internships, but to further their careers in whatever endeavor that they want. So go to abcprograms.org for more information. So yeah, but yeah, man, let's get to it, man. It's the Boombox Classic, man. You
Man,
know,
let's get into it.
a lot of people gonna be talking trash, man. They're gonna be talking some stuff.
Oh, what? Everybody's already been started with it, bro. It's been all week. It's been this all week.
Every day,
Clamoring.
every
So
day.
every day.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm excited, bro. I'm excited for it.
Got my notes with me today, bro. We professional
I
out
see
here,
it.
man.
I see it, man. I see it. We moving on up, man. We
Moving
professional.
up in the world, bro. Moving up in the
Professional, man. Bro, I feel like this is gonna be a different team. You know, um, because like you said, from Fresno State with Ashton Strother, the ball was moving
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
like more than the whole season. You know,
Right.
so but I don't know who's gonna start, bro. I really don't know. I'm hoping.
Well, no, and what I was saying is I think I have it marked down here in my notes. I think it doesn't really matter who starts. Cam might come out and play one drive, two drives, and
Mm,
then Ashton come in, or you know what I'm saying, Ashton just comes out the gate and starts, and Cam spells him every now and then. Because one thing I put on my notes is both of these teams have not necessarily JSU isn't a quarterback issue, but they rotate two quarterbacks.
yeah,
Number 11, Jared Lockhart, and then number 15, Jacobian Morgan. Jacobian is more of their running guy. You know what I'm saying? He's like their Cam McCoy, and then Jared Lockhart is more of their Jalen Woods, more of their Ashton Strother, that type of guy. Stand in the pocket, make plays, and then obviously, like I said, for us, we have number 15 Ashton Strother and number 0 Cam McCoy. So
yeah.
and Woods is still out. Coach Graves came out on Tuesday and said Woods is still out in concussion protocol. So hopefully he'll be back soon for next week's game, obviously. But I think they'll hold it down. I think coming off the bye week, just kind of going off of what I said, I think coming off the bye week and Coach Graves coming out in the press conference on Tuesday, I think that they'll come out with a lot more energy, a lot more demeanor. This is where it starts. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
This is essentially the start of their season. Everything before this point does
Don't
not
matter.
it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. It doesn't matter. The losses to NCCU, even the win against Valley, the loss to Alabama State, the loss to Fresno, none of it matters. This is SWAC play. This starts on Saturday at 6 p.m. at Mumford in the Boombox
Nice.
Classic. This is where the season starts. So you have to come out and have that dog. You have to have that fight. You have to come out and absolutely protect your yard. So yeah, it's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah, man. It is, man. If we can do the things that we need to do, if we can get trades started. If we can get Mike, on third down plays, man, or fourth down, 4th and 3 plays. Hey, we can't be stopped. If we can move the ball on the run, and then we can actually get people like Dupree Fuller open,
Mhm.
Darren, Mister Not Impressed, Morris.
Bro, Demo
You know,
crazy, man.
yeah,
Bro,
yeah,
Demo crazy, bro. Hey, that's that, bro. That's that energy you need, bro. It's rivalry week, bro. You
yeah.
have to have that type of energy. It's not cockiness. You know
Uh-uh.
what I'm saying? He just said he's not impressed, bro. And that I guarantee you that lights a fire under his behind, that lights a fire under all the rest of the receivers like Malachi. Like, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, you got the tight ends with Dupree and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And bro, I keep forgetting his name, bro. 83, Jermaine, yeah. So all those guys, bro, they gonna come out and they got something to prove now, as well as Jackson. Now their secondary has something to prove too, because they, they like, oh, you not impressed? Oh, we gonna make you impressed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just I love the energy. I loved whenever I was playing in high school. I loved rivalry week because it brings the best out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? It just means a little bit more too. And not to mention it's gonna be on ESPN Plus, so you definitely want to
It is.
show out. So
It is, man. And just being you talk about like the I'm not gonna say impact, but you talk about just the aura of that just at night in Mumford
mhm.
and the flashing lights.
Bro,
You
it doesn't get better than
know,
that,
it get
bro.
better than that, man, because it's like a big it's like a big family reunion, you
Yeah.
know. And you see the flashing lights, man. You see the bands going at it, man. You see the old heads, they talking smack.
Hmm.
Young kids, they talking smack. I'm gonna play for Southern. I'm gonna play for Jackson State, man. So man, it's just one of those rivalries, man, where it's just like we've been there for decades. Yes, you know they got the Bayou Classic. Yes, we got like a rivalry with PV, but it's not. It don't hit like Jackson State, bro.
Yeah.
It really because we're like 3 hours apart, close together, man. Like it don't hit like it. It really don't.
Yeah, and like you said, bro, the only one that we have remotely close to it is Bayou Classic, but bro, Boombox is definitely one of those things. I think it means a lot more because Jackson, I don't know if you noticed, but Jackson is actually won the last six matchups against us. And it's crazy because we used to own these dudes, right? You know what I'm saying?
Like
Coming up,
9 years, bro.
whenever I was coming up as a kid, bro, we used to, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a rivalry, bro. It was just, man, Jackson,
With the beat down.
dude. And now I will say there is a little asterisk by it because the last two times it was without Dion, but the previous four times before that was Dion. You know what I'm saying? That was Shador, that was Travis, that was
Yeah,
Shiloh, that was all those guys.
yeah.
And Silman Craig, all those guys. So those are a little bit more hard to count. But the last two matchups have been without Dion. That's been what I'm saying, Jacoby, and that's been Coach TC Taylor, who's doing a phenomenal job taking over after
Yeah.
Dion. And Dion definitely, I think he left the right guy in charge in that situation. But yeah, they won the last six times, bro. So you definitely want to snap that skid. And what better way to do it than at home? You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah, because I mean, you look back in 2023 when Herb Mulligan was the running back. You
I
know.
do remember that. Herb
You
Mulligan.
know.
He was a problem, bro. He was a problem. He had our hands full. I'm not gonna
But
lie.
yeah, but at the end of the day, that game was we were competitive with Jackson State through the
Yeah.
whole game. It just didn't go out in our favor, and then we got tired. That's when Herb started cooking. So it
Mhm.
was just kind of like we were competitive in that game. We just, you know, at the end we were just tired. We couldn't stop him or
Yeah.
Herb. So
Yeah. And see
so it's
another thing that I was. Oh, go ahead.
so it's kind of like in those games, man. Like even 2021,
Hmm.
like that was I think it was the swag. Was that the swag championship? No, that was just a game versus Jackson when a young Shador Sanders was there, bro. Like that score was like 21-17.
Hmm.
So
It was close. I remember
played
that.
every time we played Jackson, man, Jackson just one of those games, man, where Southern does really well at, you know, and they're trying to build a dynasty right now at Jackson State, man.
Hmm.
But Southern, I just remember just growing up, man. Like you said, bro, we were beating down Jackson bad, and
Yeah.
fans were not showing up for Jackson. They would not show up for the Boombox Classic.
All right.
The only way they would show up is because whether it's the sonic boom or the human jukebox,
Yeah.
it wasn't for the team. it
All right.
wasn't for
No,
the team.
it was definitely for the bands. You know what I'm saying?
Man. So we got some keys to the game, bro. I think for Southern, we have to start fast.
Yeah.
We have to start fast, bro.
No doubt.
Because the young man Ivory on defensive line, if we cannot block, we cannot compress. If we cannot give Cam the space to survey the field or throw the deep ball or give him opportunities to run or give Ashton Struther opportunity to throw to a wide receiver or get Trey Holly going,
Hmm.
we're gonna struggle.
Yeah.
We have to play fast, man. Compared to Jackson State from say if it was 9 years ago, Jackson State. Oh no, no, we can cook them
Oh yeah,
because they weren't good.
yeah,
But over the past, I don't know, 6 something years, they've been competitive.
yeah.
And
No,
if we can't start fast, if we can't wrap up, we're gonna be in trouble.
yeah,
It's gonna
bro.
be a long game.
Yeah, if we're going straight to my keys to the game, the one I highlighted in big bold letters more than anything, stop
Mm,
turning the ball over. If
yeah.
you have turnovers, you will lose this game. If you do not win the turnover battle and have a plus turnover margin, or if it's not zeroed out, you will lose this game because you cannot do that against a high caliber team like this in Jackson. You couldn't get away with it with Alabama State. You were in the game at halftime, 6-0, and then you come out and you turn the ball over 4 times. They run away with it. The defense got tired. There's not much you could ask them to do, having to turn around and go out on the field every single drive after Cam turns the ball over 3, 4 times in a row. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
and that goes back to what you said about tackling, but also at the same time, I think the defense. We've talked about this in weeks past. I think the defense is very much so improved than it was at the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? Just seeing that stair step of improvement from NCCU to Valley to, you know what I'm saying, to Alabama State to, Fresno was a little tough, you know what I'm saying, because that's an upper echelon team. But even, you still forced a fumble. You played within the confines that you could. And you know what I'm saying? I still see it as improvement. So now you come off the bye week, you know what I'm saying? You have those players rested, and really one of the guys who's going to be key coming back now, Herm Brister, he's back.
Oh
You know,
yeah.
that's what Coach Graves said in the press conference on Tuesday. Herm Brister is going to be back and playing for his game, and he's been a full participant at practice. So as much as you want to be a little bit down that Jay Wood still isn't back, you know what I'm saying, the quarterback situation still kind of up in the air. You can't complain too much because you got one of your key players in the secondary back, and you got the tandem of him and Horatio back together now. So
Oh yeah, man. And from that Bayou Classic game, um, what's his name? Herm Brister.
Mhm.
He can hit.
Bro, he laid that lick on. I know exactly what you're talking
He
about.
can hit.
He knocked that dude out, bro. And I don't know
He
if he
got
got
ejected.
targeted for that. He got ejected for
He
that.
did get ejected. Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna, bro. That hit was nasty, bro.
It was
It
nasty, bro.
was
It was
nasty,
nasty.
bro. Oh my goodness, dude. It was, but nah, he could lay a lick, bro. And I think more than laying licks, bro. That's another thing I said. You got to be a sure tackler in this game because they have a running back, number 27, Ahmad Miller. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying, running back for Jackson,
Yep.
fresh,
Yep.
bro, averaging 10.2 yards a carry, bro. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? You have to be able to contain that, and then you have to be able to contain their scrambling quarterback in Jacoby and Morgan as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, if you can't contain the run game and get the run game of your own established, and I know we talk about wanting to start quick and start fast and stuff like that. I think part of that has to do with starting and getting the run game established, because if you have no run game, it's it's gonna amplify the pressure for whatever quarterback you throw out there. First career FCS start for Struther, or if you put Cam back out there who's been struggling this season,
Yeah.
it's not gonna do him any favors.
Mm-mm.
So definitely got to get the run game going. What else I
And
got?
special teams as well, bro.
Yeah,
Special teams
special
too.
teams, bro. Nathan Zimmer, he has to have a good game kicking wise. Whoever's back there returning, you know what I'm saying, whether it be trying to think who's probably gonna be the return. Maybe Malachi.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Demo does it, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever's back there returning definitely has to be sure handed with it. And Kenny Fam has to have a good game. He has to be
He
able
does.
to flip the field for us. You know what I'm saying? If indeed we do have to punt the ball, definitely don't need any bad punts. Don't need to put ourselves in bad field position. So
No, because at the end of the day, man, I just feel that when we talking sports, man, we should have no problems with special teams. Special teams should not even be talked about, bro. Like, it's very important in football, but
mm,
it should be like, okay, like the long snapper, bro. You never should know the long snapper's name. You never should know
mm,
the kicker's name because they do their job. You know, they got to do their job, bro. Because if we have poor kicking and our offense is good
right.
and our defense is good, and then we keep pinning the ball down at the 50,
Hmm.
What's that gonna do?
Yeah, bro. And see, I was talking to somebody today about that, bro. That same thing, especially in terms of the kicking, bro. Because obviously, we were blessed enough to have Josh, Joshua Griffin, these last 3 years, bro. And
Special type of kicker.
he was automatic almost. He was one of the best kickers that we've ever had at the school. So
Yeah,
just kind of being spoiled by that, and having a true freshman kicker come in, and obviously, I'm not saying that he's bad or anything. I think that he's a great kicker. I think he's somebody that just needs to get acclimated and established and just used to having that pressure of kicking and making those field goals. Because I know back in high school he went to Central, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was making kicks back in high school. You know what I'm saying? He was making high pressure kicks. He won state last year. You know what I'm saying? So he definitely has that winning DNA, and he just has
yeah,
to be able to. You know what I'm saying? Has to be able to do those things. And then as far as like we said with punting, Kenny's been here for a couple of years, so he knows what's expected of him, and he knows what his
yeah,
job is. You know what I'm saying? So he just needs to play within the confines of his role too.
yeah, yeah. Because at the end of the day, man, this if this any mistake can be um can happen if
Yeah,
we don't take a hold of it, you know. And it's kind of like, Jackson State, they're fast. They're
yeah,
fast. They have Jonas Fertillion, the
hmm,
wide receiver.
right.
He's a big body guy, but he can move too. You know, the young man that's in the backfield, the running back, number 27,
Yeah, Ahmad Miller,
Ahmad Miller. You know, like you say he averaged like
10.2 yards a
ten
carry.
point two. Oh wow.
Yeah, 10.
So
He's averaging a first down, bro. Like that. Think about that. That's crazy. That's pretty crazy.
yeah, I'm thinking about that, man. But I'm just thinking, like, I'm not even. I'm gonna be honest. This is just me, like, as a broadcaster, bro.
Hmm.
I'm not worried about Jacoby and Morgan. I'm not worried about him because we handled him in the SWAC championship, and he struggled mightily.
Yeah, he did.
So it's kind of like, bro, what I'm worried about is the Lockhart kid.
Yeah, bro, he's
Lockhart
nice.
kid,
Young guy, bro. I think he's a freshman, if I'm not
he is
mistaken.
a freshman. He is a
Yeah,
freshman.
nah, he's cold, bro. He's definitely gonna be the future of that program if he doesn't decide to transfer out to a bigger school. He's definitely gonna hold them down for the next, 2, 3, 4 years. He's nice, bro. But nah, like you said about going back to what you said about Jacobian and alluding to the SWAC championship game last year, we most recently lost to them. I
Yep,
think that's another case of that game. That game was close, you know what I'm saying? Until all
was.
those penalties and turnovers got to you, and you
Yep,
didn't have your starting quarterback. You had to switch between Noah and Zay because Woods got a concussion in the in the Bayou Classic. So
yep,
all these things working against you, you still put yourself in the position in the driver's seat where you were right there. And then it was
yeah,
turnovers and it was penalties and it was fatigue and all these things. So this is such a reoccurring thing. And I think that's something that Coach Graves has to emphasize mightily this week. Whatever they might be doing practice wise, I get it.
mhm,
The points to the game, go out there and play with, bro. I got it pointed out right here, bro. Play with pride. Play with pride. You have to take pride in this game. You know what I'm saying?
got
'Cause
to, man.
this is where, and even I would go a step further. You know what I'm saying? In order for Coach Graves to really solidify himself as the guy, and for him to want to stay here, he has to win this game, or at least
He does.
be competitive. You know what I'm saying? I
He does.
It's aggressive. It's an aggressive goal, but I think that the expectations for him are set at a level of which you went to the SWAC championship last year. You were ranked number one in all these
Mhm.
preseason rankings and stuff like that. You were predicted to go back to the SWAC championship. Your mantra to start the year was to start in Atlanta and end in Atlanta. And I got to be transparent, bro. The way your team looks right now, that's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? That's not what it looks like. But you could turn all that around, and it starts right now on Saturday, bro. So
Cause, bro, hey, for right now, man, we're 0-0 right
zero
now.
zero.
So
Hey,
so hey, we got a clean slate, man. So Cam, don't even think about those fumbles that you made.
bro.
It don't matter. I mean, they do matter, but they don't matter for right now. We're in conference play now.
Mhm.
But what I want to see tomorrow, man, you were kind of young during this time, bro. But during 2015, right? There
Mhm.
was this There was this quarterback named Deontay Shorts. He
Okay.
was like a Taysom Hill type package guy. You know, he wasn't really. He started, but he wasn't really like. No, he was an athlete. So we're
Right.
gonna put him at wide receiver. We're gonna put him in option. That's what we did. And
Right.
then Austin Howard was there as well.
Yeah, I remember Austin Howard.
So they're all. We need to use packages as that versus Jackson State. I want Coach Graves or Coach McNair to
Hmm.
use Cam. I want to see him at wide receiver. I want to see him doing some packages at quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Cam is an athlete.
Give him, bro. Give him some direct snaps, bro. Give him
Give
some
him some rep
quarterback
snaps.
powers. Give him some, you know what I'm saying, quarterback draw, but with the guard pulling across. You know what I'm saying? Anything. Just try and get some production out of this guy because you got to think about it. He brought in this guy, and obviously we don't know how much they paid him, but he got paid a pretty penny to come here. And not only for that, I'll take it a step further. Cam, bro, this is a PSA to Cam, bro. This your revenge game. You know what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Bro, this is your former school, bro.
they
You
counted
if
you
you
out.
have to have, and that's why I say just all around, bro, you have to play with pride. And that should apply to number 0 on Saturday. He should be the guy who's leading them out the locker room with the most to prove. You know what I'm saying? Because that's his former team. They didn't want him. They didn't want him to
Mm,
start. They didn't want anything to do with him. He leaves, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So he should take the utmost pride to be like, man, we whooping these dudes, you know what, on
yeah,
Saturday.
yeah, yeah.
So,
Or they have the meme belt too blank.
belt, oh, bro, belt all day, bro. Has to be.
Yeah, man. But I'm just saying, man, because Cam was at Eastern Michigan. He
Hmm.
played baseball, he played football, but they wanted him to switch positions because he's so athletic, man.
Right.
And I think in that case of like just being a black quarterback, and they see you as like this freaky athlete. You look
Hmm.
at Lamar Jackson too. You know, you look at freak athletes, and they're like, "Oh no, you got to change positions."
Right.
But why not? Excuse me. Why not make Cam a two-way player? Why not put him? I'm not saying at running back. No, I mean he has the height, but not the weight. But like,
Yeah.
say if you put him, like you said, like a Taysom Hill, put him in the slot.
Yeah.
If he can go deep, let him go deep. You know, because
Yeah.
I kind of wanted Cam to be like a Travis Hunter kind of in a way. Like why not put him in different positions and see where you can use him because
Yeah.
he's very athletic, you know. And
Yeah.
I feel
I don't
like
know where he stands on it. Not to cut you off, but I don't know where he stands on that. But like you said, I think he should definitely entertain the idea. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly, as a traditional quarterback, it's just not something is not clicking. You know what I'm saying? And it would be different if this was like the first time that this happened. This has happened to him at Eastern Michigan. This has happened to him at Jackson. All these things. So this is clearly a recurring thing. So for him to be this far into his career and what I'm saying, denying any sort of changes being made, I just think that that's kind of absurd and kind of ludicrous. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't know how he feels about it, but I think
oh
that he
yeah,
should definitely entertain the idea of, like you said, you've obviously been a big proponent guy of him playing receiver. I think more so he should still be at Q, but just more so as like the running package quarterback.
yeah,
I don't know
box.
about receiver. I've never seen him catch a ball. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard for me to envision him as a receiver without seeing him catch. But I think he definitely could be used in that type of way, bro. So
Oh yeah, man. I think so, bro. I think so, man. But I really want to have like a big game, not just Cam, not just Trey Holly, bro, not just Horatio or Hearn,
hmm.
Kelby Givens. I
Yeah.
want
Oh
Kelby to
yeah.
have a huge game because NCCU was all over him, bro. You know,
Yeah, they were
Alabama
they were
State.
double him.
He had some light versus Alabama State, but I want to see him be disruptive in this game.
Did you eat?
This is a comeback game from 2020, well 2022, 23, 24. Losing to Jackson State. I want him to get his get back, bro.
Hmm. Yeah, nah, he definitely has to get his get back, bro. And flipping to the other side of the ball, I just got a couple more points I want to point out. Well, I got a question I actually want to ask you. So, what's your expectation for Ashton tomorrow? So, obviously, we know we're going to see him to some proponent. I want you to answer first before I give my thought because I have my thoughts written down. But what is your expectation for him, and what do you think he'll be able to provide to the game tomorrow? To ultimately, not tomorrow, but Saturday, day after tomorrow. What do you think he'll be able to provide for the game?
I think, well, first, I think his leadership. You know, he's very for the team guy. You know,
Yeah,
he's willing to be in position to sacrifice. You know, hey, to win the game. So I think it's his leadership, but I also think it's also like even at the Fresno State game, his patience. He's very
yeah,
patient, man. Very methodical. Like
yeah.
when he's making decisions. And
Bro, I think that's one thing that sets him apart too, bro. Like you said, the patience and just that's something that he brings that nobody else in the quarterback room brings right now. Because obviously Woods has that. Woods is obviously the starter whenever he gets healthy, but I think Ashton is definitely one of those dudes that he has that patience, he has that awareness, he knows where to go with the ball, he has that decisiveness of knowing where he wants to go with the ball, and he's not gonna try and put the ball in harm's way as much as Cam might. You know what I'm saying? Cam's a explosive athlete, dynamic playmaker, all that, but he also does tend to put the ball in the way. So, but yeah, go ahead.
and just having that experience, for him going from Kentucky State, going to Kahoma, right? You know,
Mhm.
and then going to an NAIA school as well. He has a lot of experience in college football,
All right.
and when you have that experience and we have that success, on those levels, he now is prepared for that moment, and
All
I feel like Ashton gives us the better chance, not just to win the game, but I think just to keep the ball, you know, together.
Yeah, no, I feel you, bro. I think nah, man. As far as my thoughts going, and bro, I think first and foremost, I think that he should start the game just not only from a perspective of production, but I think just for his confidence. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Because
yeah,
obviously you could play around and kind of be like trot Cam out there for the first two drives, and then maybe he goes three and out, maybe he gets a field. You know what I'm saying? Because Graves already said that they're both gonna play, but I just think that for his confidence sake and what I'm saying, Coach McNair and Coach Graves need to come to a decision to
oh yes,
put him out there first, you know what I'm saying, then rotate Cam in and spell him in as you feel. But nah, man, as far as what I expect from him, I think that he's gonna be good. I think that he's gonna be able to produce right out the gate. I think he's gonna play within the confines of the system. I think he's gonna be a good game manager. I think that one thing that Coach McNair is going to probably have to do for him, not only for him, but I think he should do this for Cam too, is I think that he needs to simplify the offense. Because I think with Coach Frederick, I think that there was a lot of moving parts and a lot of things. And, what I'm saying? Like all of that stuff just for the offense to still be static and, what I'm saying, stagnant and all that. Simplify the offense. Everybody knows what their job is, everybody move with a purpose, and I think Ashton is going to be the guy who's going to be able to carry that out. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, he's going to have the support behind him with Trey and with Gabriel and what I'm saying, with Mike and even Barry spelling in there every now and then, your boy. So I think that he's going to play well. I think that he's not going to try and do too much, and I think that he's going to give us the best chance to win. Now, do I think that he's going to go out there and score, say, over 30 points? No. Do I think he's probably gonna go out there and throw for over 200 yards? Probably not. I mean that's attainable actually. 200 is not
yeah,
that crazy, and I think if you can get, what do you have, like 130 a couple weeks
yeah,
ago,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
so if
130.
he can do that against a FBS team, then against Jackson he should be able to able to do it. Now I will say one thing that you have to consider and keep in mind is the fact that they have film on him now. You know what I'm saying? It's very hard to play a quarterback that you don't have film on in terms
Oh
of
yeah,
fresh. Like they had no idea who this dude was. They probably like, bro, like who is, like they didn't game plan for him. They game plan for Cam. And their game plan for Cam was probably more so, contain him, make him beat you with your arm, not with your legs. So when they Ashton more of a pocket passer, field general comes in, they're probably like, "Who is this dude?" So now Jackson has that film, and they kind of know how to game plan against Ashton a little bit more. But I still, even with that being said, I still don't think that it's going to matter too much in the grand scheme of things, just because of the way that Ashton plays. I think that he's not going to try and do too much and put the ball in harm's way. So I
Oh yeah,
think he's going to have a good game, good modest game.
oh yeah, because all he has to do and all Cam has to do is manage the game. You don't have to do too much because you feel like, I'm captain, save a team.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start messing up.
And see,
Anybody in that
Look, Cam needs that. He needs that. I'm sure Graves has probably told him that, but Cam needs that talk more than anybody, bro. And not, not that I think Cam is a phenomenal player. I think that he's gonna find his role within the team and stuff like that. But if we want to be real about it, I think, and even Graves has said it, and he said it in the Alabama State post game press conference after those 4 turnovers. He said, "Look, Cam has to understand how to one take care of the ball, and that means, you know what I'm saying. If I got just pretend it's a football, high and tight. You know what I'm saying? High and tight
yeah,
with the
yeah,
ball, wrap it across the chest. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
he just has to understand that. You know what I'm saying? And just not try and play hero ball, because that's not what we need. And maybe in Cam's mind, because the offense was so stagnant and it was so like nothing was happening for the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he thought in his mind, to compensate for that, oh, I gotta go be Superman and go make plays and put points on the ball, put points on the board, and put the ball in harm's way while doing it. But that's not what we need. If anything, if you just play within the system, you probably get a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? You probably get a little bit more favor, and you probably get a little bit more help from your team. Because even if you are still going 3 and out and stuff like that, the defense, they're improving, and you know what I'm saying, they're holding it down and stuff like that. So I think that eventually everything is going to start to click, especially with Coach McNair taking over the play calling duties from Coach Frederick. So
Oh yeah, man. Because hey, Coach Menaire is a quarterback whisperer, man. You look at
yeah.
Felix Harper, man. Felix Harper went to the got undrafted to the NFL,
Hmm.
so he is truly a quarterback whisperer. You just gotta, because at the end of the day, the coach is gonna call the plays, man. But the game's gonna be the game.
Right.
And it's kind of like, man, when the game is in your hands, you got some decisions to make. You can either sink or you can either prevail. So
Yeah.
I mean, bro, but I'm excited to see it, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Because
It's gonna be a good game.
hey, we need this win. We need this win. It's not just a continuation for our season, but it's to keep us, it's to keep recruitment moving forward. It's to make a statement.
Hmm.
Because if we beat Jackson State, they're gonna be like, oh, this was like number 12 in the country
Right.
for FCS, and y'all beat them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, they're one of the best in the swag, bro. And I think my last point that I was gonna make, and it's not necessarily a game point. Well, it is, but it's not like a statistic or anything. It is get the crowd involved. It's Boombox
Yeah.
Classic on ESPN Plus, big game atmosphere, electric crowd. You have to get that 12th man involved. I think this game more than any is one that, because even with Bayou Classic, yeah, you're gonna have the crowd involved and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
Bayou Classic is a little bit more favored towards just the neutralness of it with what I'm saying, both teams like that.
The
But
history.
having Boombox in your own home state is nothing like playing at home, bro. So you're playing in your own home stadium, and you're just able to take advantage of that and have the, what I'm saying, they're gonna roll in their crowd from Jackson and stuff like that. But just being able to have that home field advantage, bro, you have to take advantage of that. You have to get the crowd involved, especially when you're on defense. Now, offense a little bit different, because you don't really want too much noise on offense, because you want to be able to get those play calls in and execute to the best of your ability. But best believe on defense, it needs to be loud. You know what I'm saying? The juke is gonna be
It
going
does.
crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna play. I think there are genuinely games that could be impacted by the jukebox. Like, no, I kid you not. You know what I'm saying? Just the tenacity, just the spirit in which they're playing, the hype. You know what I'm saying? Bro, they getting everybody hype. You know what I'm saying, bro? I know they be getting me hype when I'm on the sidelines taking pictures, bro. I'm blown away every time. And I'm actually going to the Battle of Bands tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to that, bro. But yeah, bro, I think that's definitely the last point that I want to make, is just get the crowd involved. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because man, and this is our problem with HBCUs. It's not just Southern, right?
Hmm.
We we support we support during rivalry games. We support during homecoming, but we can't support. I get people busy. I get that, but I feel like if the people in the '90s could, because mind you, they didn't have technology, so they went to the games and stuff. But we can pack the stadiums on the regular.
Yeah,
Just the difference. Because sometimes I see blank spaces in the stands. I'm just like, bruh. Even like I look at Grambling, they don't have fans in the stadium, and the whole other side is filled.
right,
So I'm just like, and they're like 4-0. So I'm just like, wait, why can't all HBCUs just have be packed, and have the bands and
right.
it makes a whole difference, man.
Yeah,
You know,
that makes a difference. I
it's
think
not.
one thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying, bro. I think one thing. I think that's one thing Southern has done a very good job of this year. And
Mhm.
mind you, it's only been one home game, obviously, but now the P. Richardson Classic, that was another game on ESPN Plus. I think that game was very heavily attended. It was more than I thought that it was going to be. I obviously I thought it was going to be a lot of people for the first home
Mhm.
game, P. Richardson Classic. You know what I'm saying? White out, all that good stuff. And on Saturday it's going to be the gold game, but nah, I think that it was very well attended. I think this game, Jackson rolling in, I think it's going to be very well attended. I would not be surprised at all if they announced that it's sold out. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Sold out crowd. I would not be surprised at all because it's just, like I said, bro, it just feels like a big game. And I don't know about everybody else, but I think I can speak for me and you growing up. You hear ESPN, you know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
like, bro, every time I hear that, bro, like we playing on ESPN. I don't care if it's ESPNU, ESPN Plus,
It's
ESPN.
big.
Look, it could be ESPN Deportes, bro. That junk could be in Spanish, but I don't care if those four letters ESPN are on it, bro. I'm hyped. You know what I'm saying? It's on national TV for the world to see. You know what I'm saying? To see our culture, to see our legacy, to see our rivalry. One of the biggest rivalries, hands down, in the swag. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for it, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited for it too, man. Because 2023, that you might not know, but you're probably like a junior in high school or something. But they
Seen.
had like a game day style HBCU, and basically it had Tiffany Green, Jay Walker, the former quarterback for Howard University. Tiffany Green went to FAMU, but they were at Southern University,
Mhm.
and basically they were promoting. Okay, this is HBCU college game day,
Yeah,
ESPN and everything, man. And I was just like, man, just watching that, man, just being immersed in that, bro. I was just like, whoa, it's like our own, college game day, but for HBCUs, man. I'm just like, me and you starting this podcast, bro. It's awesome, bro.
yeah, it's great.
Like just promoting HBCUs, man, our culture, and it's just the Boombox class is gonna be rocking. It's
Yeah,
gonna be rocking. I'm gonna
yeah,
make sure that I get my ticket, because
mhm.
we gonna go over that game.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think, like you said about the game day thing, I know my dad was telling me, and this way you really got to think about Coach Prime Dion. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Coach Sanders, bro. I think he was one of the guys. He was one of the pioneers because obviously within our confines of our culture, you know what I'm saying? We knew what we had. We knew how special HBCU football and how special HBCU culture was, but it wasn't until he came to Jackson and really kind of amplified to the rest of the
Skyrocketed.
world, you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? And really it directed Southern.
yeah.
It affected my bad. It affected Southern directly because they had a college game day, like real ESPN college game day in Jackson, Mississippi
Yep.
for Southern and you know what I'm saying, Southern Jackson. So my dad telling me stories of leaving at, you know what I'm saying, 4 in the morning, driving up to Jackson, going to the game day, Stephen A, you know what I'm saying, all
Yep.
those guys there. It was official, bro. So I think just being able to carry that on and carry that legacy on, just you know what I'm saying, giving them a good game to watch on ESPN. I think that's gonna be the big thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From a viewer's perspective, you just want to give them a good, you know what I'm saying, a good game to watch, good rivalry game. So
Oh yeah, cause I want, bro, cause I want a game that is can be like I want to be competitive on both sides. I want to see smack talking. I want to see some hitting. I want to see, like just like if the game goes to overtime, I hope it doesn't. But if the game goes to overtime, hey, and Southern wins, and then all the Southern people come out of the stands, we're not gonna do that.
nah, bro. We ain't doing. Who got the money to pay that fine, bro? Not us. Nah, bro. What
Yeah,
that joint in the SEC is like, what's it, like 500,000 or something like that? Something
yeah,
crazy,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Who got five
yeah.
hundred thousand laying around, bro? Not us.
Nah, bro. But bro, we had the predictions, man. We had the predictions. My prediction, I'm gonna say it's gonna be it's gonna start off as a defensive game early.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be a lot of offense. I feel like both offenses they're gonna struggle
still
to
trying to
get some
find that.
points.
I think that's a good
Still
way to
trying to
go.
find their footing. And I feel like is the score at halftime is gonna be about I'll say 10 I'll say 10-7 Southern right
Mhm.
now for halftime. But at the end of the game, I'm gonna say it's gonna be at the lower 20s. It's gonna be about maybe about 20. If Southern can put it on the board, I'll say about 24, 24, 21.
Bro, you literally stole my pick, bro. That wasn't exactly what I had. I said I did another podcast earlier today with my boys Ari and Sean. Shout out to them on off the record for student media. And you, bro, I swear, bro, you could go back and listen. My score prediction was literally 24-20. So we were right in that same. What happened to you, bro? What happened to what was it? 87-56, bro. What happened to that, bro? You
Hey,
said
hey,
what
hey,
happened to that prediction,
hey,
bro? You was
hey,
you was
man.
commenting. You said some words to me, bro.
Hey, hey, it can be. Hey, you
Would you
never
say
know.
45-7 Southern, bro? Like,
You
nah,
never know.
bro.
You never know. Football, hey man. Hey, you see how Florida play? You see how
I don't want to see how Florida play.
you
It's
know.
bad,
I mean,
bro.
you
DJ
see
got
how
to
that
keep it
happens,
together
man.
over
But
there.
but yeah, man. The Boombox Classic, man, is gonna be rocking. You
Yeah,
know, just being immersed in that, bro. Just even not just as me being an alumni, bro, but just being at AW Mumford Stadium at night, bro.
mm,
The sun not even up at night. 'Cause around 6:30 it's gonna get dark,
yeah.
and then you're gonna see the jukebox and
Sonic
the
Boom,
sleeping boom,
sleeping boom. Oh,
sleeping boom,
you trying to start something?
the
No,
sleeping
okay. Oh
boom,
my God. Okay.
the sleeping boom, bro. We're gonna see him. We're gonna see him tomorrow night, bro. I'm gonna be there
Yeah.
because, bro, just being with the bands, bro. Shit, I might vlog. I might do a vlog.
Hey, bro, that wouldn't be a bad idea, bro.
But yeah, guys, with the Bayou Boys, I'm Chris Williams, and
Brent Fowler, episode 4 in the
y'all have
books.
episode 4, episode 5 next week.
Yes,
God
sir.
bless y'all. Have a good one. All right, peace.